G'day and welcome back to another Tree Styler video. Long break from videos, life happens, that's okay. Anyway, this is part 2 of the How to Make a Bonsai from Azalea Garden Material series. If you haven't seen part 1, head to my channel to the playlist. That way you'll see exactly how far this tree has come. Check out the growth on this. Let's have a spin and a zoom. Two of my favourite little things to do. I should. And that's going to grow into that space nicely. I'll wait and see what happens with this one. G'day and welcome back. It's been about that long. It's actually been 9 months. So for this white azalea, which I collected free from Facebook Marketplace from a lovely lady near me. Anyway, it's an update. Like I said, lots and lots of growth in here. I'll zoom in a little bit, of course. Looking at the Nabari, it's uncovering nicely. Got some new branches developing, which have got some way to go. Let's have a spin. How's the sound effects? Time of year, 3 weeks to go till spring. And if you look closely, it's about to pop. It's about to get those white flowers back. Overall, I would have liked to develop it a little bit more, but hey, that's life. We've just come through a very, very cold winter, and it didn't stop the weeds from growing, by the way. Let's pull that out. So decisions. Overall, happy with the growth. What can you do? It's grown. And yeah, it's going to really look nice it's going to look really nice to see those flowers pop out again there. However, there are some things that I have looked at in the past 9 months that I wasn't happy with. One of them was the height of this middle branch, and another is potentially, as it was described by one of the comments, the kickstand. I'm guessing that would be a kickstand, and that would be a kickstand referring to motorbike bits that stick out and hold the thing in place. Anyway, I chopped it. For the moment, I'm going to leave the kickstand 1 and 2, because if I take them away, I'm left with an awkward kind of trunk, in my mind. So they're going to stay for the moment, continue the health and growth of the tree. I'm going to shorten this down, which I'll do right now. Trusty cutters. So looking at the tree, this was just always way too tall. And I like the movement this one brings to the table. And maybe this one is coming slightly forward. So that leaves me with the option of taking it off. Something like that. I'll need to trim that up a bit. Now I need to get back in and look at the tree again from this angle, preferred viewing angle. So that has dramatically reduced it, which has brought these branches now in line with the canopy height. This one's growing a bit too tall, but I want it to thicken up, so it needs to come up much better. Conical apex shape. So let's leave that as it is. I'll trim that up. Cut paste, yeah, maybe. I've got some, I might use it. But overall, yeah. Also want to go through and remove where there's more than one branch. For example, here. I want to get rid of that, and that. That big tall one, you might have to get the chop. But I want to let it flower and do its thing. And go from there. So a little bit of branch selection. Of course, I've got all the little suckers on this really old base, all these new branches coming up, which is great. It means the tree's healthy. But overall, yeah, it's taking shape, which is good. Anyway, so the best way to remove these, I find, was with my trusty tweezers, just taking them off. Finger works well too, but then I got a dirty finger, which is no good. So that's nice and clean. Gets rid of all those. So then the energy can go from all these little growth, the little buds, can go up the trunk into the branches. Much better for the tree, for the upper development of the canopy, etc., etc. There's a bit of weeds, don't like that. Taking that off. Can't help myself. Yeah, so pulling all those unnecessary branches off. And then back to the frontish of the tree. Somewhere, I've marked it. It's around there somewhere with a slight adjustment in the angle which is fine. I just need to fill out more. I want more branching. If I was to cut these off here, that would then bud outwards. First of all, I want these to thicken up because the transition between here and here is too great. It needs to be better taper. So that's what I'm working on. I'm just working at the moment on the taper of these secondary branches. Boom, boom. That's it. Snappy update. I'll go through, just a little bit of a tidy up, and then sit it back on the bench, give it some fertilizer, and watch it pop these flowers. I'll give you an update then. Oh, here we go. Here's an update. Check out the beautiful flowers. I'm a masculine man, but I do like to see some pretty things. Flowering. Yep. Been about that long. Update to this tree. It's in flower. Still a long way to go. Let's have a spin. Oh, hang on. I better zoom back out. Zoomed into focus. Here we go. Is that better? Boom. Potential front. Most favourable viewing angle. Wobble, wobble. So, yeah. Highlight the flowers. My fingers for scale. I might use that as my little thumbnail at some point. Maybe there. Not good enough yet. Anyway, enough dribbling from me. Spin. Little bit of modification. There's still some to pop out the back, but you can see, well, not even one there. Continuing around and around. The smell. Hang on. Let me have a look. Somewhere around there. Probably there is preferred angle. Oh. Yep. I can tell you, from my experience, these smell lovely. Next, future projections for the tree. I'm just going to let it flower. I'm going to let it do its thing, and then move to the next direction, which is growing these branches, so getting better taper, maybe adjusting the length on some of these, but ideally, if I look at it from here, the kickstand, as it's referred to, both 1 and 2, left and right, potentially could stay in the frame. Still not there yet, because without them I'm lacking some lateral branching, well, semi-lateral. I quite like, now that I've shortened them off, of course, they just need to develop more. I can see there's a trunk in here, of course, comes in and tapers and then flares back out again, so there is something there if I remove them. For the moment, leaving them as is. So working another update, adjusting, well, tapering more. Flowers will come off, obviously. A bit of neatening up here with the grinder or knife, whatever, and then hopefully one day we'll get into a nice container, but otherwise I'm going to leave it at that. Subscribe if you like my flowers. Nothing more, nothing less. Boom. Let's go. It's been about that long. Here's a snappy update on this azalea. The flowers are long gone. We're heading towards summer at the moment in Australia, south of Sydney, where I live, and I'm just looking over the tree, looking at the new growth, and it is very nice scale, very nice. However, if we have a look closely here, I'll go a bit this way and go that way. You can see, well, I hope you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches, which will be nice if I wanted to develop a very fast canopy, but I don't want that at this point. I'm trying to, 1, thicken, taper, so from here to here, still got some way to go. That is an issue. I've got the kickstands here, as referred to in part 2, I think, or 1 or 2 of the series. Here, preferred front here, and yeah, the main thing is the tree is healthy, so I just want to correct a few of those, let's just say more branches than what I need. Another example there, we've got 3 and a long one here. Now, if I wanted it to bud back, I'd just chop him off. There's buds all the way along here, little tiny ones, I can see them. bit hard on the camera. But I don't want to continue this having 5 on that space. Well, I could let it grow out, really go fat, which creates a bit of a knuckle, but that will taper better. So option 1, let it grow as is, fatten up, and then do a branch chop later, or take this back to 2 and let it taper out a bit more. Just developing the tree into a better tree, far from perfect. Overall, I'm happy with the position of the branches. A little bit of tweaking is required. So there's my options, people. Do nothing is one, reduce back to 2 is another, or just chop them off, which I don't think is going to taper that well. I want to do both. I want to taper and work on the canopy of the branches. So I'm going to go through and just remove some of these excess. Now I can do that. I want to start with my front so it's more visually appealing, which is there. So I'll take that one off, and maybe that one, and that one. There we go. So that's back down to 2 now. I can also rotate that around a little bit. I probably should have took the more lateral ones, as in I'll show you here. So I've got one down below, one at the top, and I've left the 2 kind of lateral branches, new ones coming out. There's 2 on this one growing straight out. I'm going to take that right off. So I've only got 1 and 1 now. 1 here and 1 here. There's 4 on that one. I'll take that one, and that leaves me with the 2. I always notice that the azalea leaves die back and then come back very fresh indeed. There's the one there. I don't really want that one there. So now I'm left with 2. Another one here with 4. Let's do some ripping. And old leaf there. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And there's 2 left. Oh, there's 3. Let's take that one as well. See, you probably had him see it. Just believe me. Just trust me. There's 2 left. All right. I think I'm just about done. Oh no, up the top here. Up the top. So that's just going to make my tree look a lot better. Boom. So I can always cut and back bud later at a later stage. But overall, the canopy too, I also want it to grow a little bit taller. So compared to the trunk, I want to come up about that high and come out about there. That's my plan. Just got to get the tree to cooperate with me. There's one there I don't like. Get rid of you. Overall. Anyway, back on the bench for this one. Stay tuned, more to come. Yes, there is.